As I've been telling you, this is the 51st episode of the SkillUP program. And all these programs, all the 50 that have already been presented, have been made by LCIPs from the ISAME area. So we have about 100 of us, and then already 35 to 40 LCIPs have got this wonderful opportunity. All of us have created this opportunity for ourselves so that we could not only just help ourselves, but also help others update themselves. So LCIPs are rich sources of knowledge and highly skilled and highly rated and the highest certified. So this knowledge and this skill should not just go idle. And that's why we thought, why should not we have a platform from where we can share whatever we know with others as well. There are quite a lot of lions who are interested in continuously updating themselves, upskilling themselves, upgrading themselves. And that's why we thought we should create this platform. And then this has been going extremely successfully thanks to all the LCIP friends who have supported me and all the lions who have been coming for every one of these episodes. And we sometimes extend the invitation to non-lions as well when the topics are neutral, not exclusively lions related. So we have a few teachers and trainers sometimes joining us. We welcome every one of them too. So this was the first series of the program which we conducted last before year, and we had quite a lot of past international directors, ruling international directors, past presidents and ruling presidents coming to us and then participating in this program, encouraged by the support and the success that we achieved. We continued during the last year also. Again, we conducted quite a lot of fortnightly presentations. All these are online on the Zoom. All these are fortnightly. Every alternate Thursday, we air them. Sometimes, if the demand is too very huge, we have a few more additional presentations also, not only on alternate Thursdays, but otherwise as well. So today we have the third episode of the 3.0, that is the third year of SkillUp. So in the beginning of this year, I was a little doubtful whether I would continue this program or not because the attendance was not very encouraging during the last parts of the second year. But again, there were so many requests and so many inquiries about the program continuing. That's why I've started this program. And fortunately for me, this year the response has been too very overwhelming. About half of the applicants, I have to request them to stop. So I could have only 24 episodes lined up this year. That's why I requested everyone who made the earlier two presentations to wait for some time and see if we could do something else or maybe change the pattern so that others also could be accommodated. So every one of these programs used to start with reading out the code of ethics. And a few friends suggested, why should not we have any one of those code of ethics explained in detail every time? So this fortnight, we have Gayan Geetika Pinan, and he is going to tell us what this third code of ethics means to us. Gayan, please be ready. Please unmute yourself and start.
Yes, sir. Good evening, nagaRAJU, sir. You are giving me the great opportunity to me. And today, chief guest, PID Dr. Ladia, sir. And our speaker tonight, Lion Monika Sawant, LCIP, international and district officers, and fellow participants in tonight's program. Today, I wish to reflect on the third code of ethics of our great association. To remember that in building up my business, it is not necessary to tear down others. Two, to be loyal to my clients or customers and true to myself. This simply yet profound statement guided us not only in business, but in every aspect of our life. It reminds us that true success is never achieved by demolishing others. That's a, instead, it is built on integrity, respect, and fairness. In our professional lives, it calls us to serve our clients and customers with honesty, loyalty, and reliability. And in our personal lives, it encourages us to remain authentic, true to our values and principles, even with faced with challenges. As Alliance, we are more than a member of great service organization. We are ambassadors of ethical living. By upholding this code, we show society that success and compassion can go hand in hand. We demonstrate that we can grow without harming others, that loyalty builds trust, and that being true to ourselves creates lasting impact. Let us carry these principles in our daily actions, in our clubs, and in our communities. For when we live by these ethics, we not only uplift ourselves, we can, I'll explain to you, but also inspire this around us to lead with integrity and service. Thank you very much giving me the
Thank you, Gayan.
opportunity.
Thank you very
Nagaraj
much.
sir.
So, loyalty to our clients and customers is one very important area in which Lions Code of Ethics focuses. Let's all be loyal to our clients and customers, and let's also not tear down somebody else's business while building our business. I think that's something, a lesson that we can carry to our own professions and areas where we work. And I have great pleasure in welcoming our chief guest, who has been a fine example of, this ethic as well, along with the others. I think we have with us today our past international director, Lion Vinod Kumar Ladiaji, who, in my opinion, is a lion with legacy, with the vision, and a great heart, or loving heart. Uh, One thing that I was very impressed when I came to know about is that he is a gold medalist from the Textile Engineering Department. He is an MBA from IIM Ahmedabad and a PhD from Jaipur University, and was trained in the Harvard Business School. So I don't know if there is any other past international director with such educational academic background. I think he's perhaps one of the highest academician from our Lions world. He is an industrial pioneer. He currently chairs the SRSL group, which you may not believe empowers 2,000 livelihoods. So that means 2,000 people work for him, and I think they are all empowered by him. I think that's something miraculous. He is a global ambassador as well. He represented India across all continents of the world, contributing to bilateral trade agreements, and promoting Source India uh, exhibitions all around the world. So, worldwide, whenever these exhibitions were held, he was in the lead. He represented the textile industry in Make in India program and arranged national bilateral agreements and playing key roles in GST implementation. So he played a pivotal role there also. Uh, Honored at all levels. I don't need to list out the hundreds of awards that he has won. But one thing that I'd like to release, apart from being a Lifetime Achievement Award, which came from the Ministry of Textiles, which is, I think, something very, very big for anybody. He won the Udyog Patra Award from the President of India and the highest textile export award. So I'm not talking about the Lions Awards, but the awards that he won as an industrialist and as a legend. He is a social visionary too. He founded a CBSE school for tribal children. And there he installed solar lights and water units, and I think quite a lot of other services he offered there. He also worked for the widow employment program and quite a lot of other social in other many other social areas. One of the most decorated lion that we have. He is a mentor, guide, motivator, and organized our Give Conclave, helped us I'm sorry, organized the Give Conclave in 2024, and many, 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 many other achievements. I'm extremely happy that he actually has another commitment at 10 o'clock. There's an international meeting that he's attending today. So he may have to leave a little earlier, but I have great pleasure, and I'm grateful to our chief guest Ladiaji for accepting our invitation and being here. Over to Ladiaji to inaugurate this episode of the SkillUP program and also to give his message.
Well, thank you, nagaRAJU ji. I think whatever you said about me, you sometimes feel pleasure out of it. But to my mind, when we are with the Lions, I think the introduction should be only that I am Lion Vinod Kumar Ladia, member of Lions Club Udaipur, was district governor 1991 and ID 2123. That's it. But nevertheless, thank you very much for such beautifully introducing me to the participants today. Well, SkillUP, and that too the serial number of 51, third year. So I must congratulate Mr. nagaRAJU. You are doing extremely good service to the Lions and also service to the families of Lions, because whatever we are learning here ultimately reflects in our families also. So thank you very much. Yes, you did face some challenges in the second year, as you said, but nevertheless, I'm very sure with your dedication this year, you will not face such problem. Namaste. I belong to Rajasthan and live in Mewar. I think many of you must be knowing the history of Mewar. Mewar has been always the warriors. They never had any, I would say, going down. So whether it was Mughals or the Britishers, so this is the place of honor. And here we welcome everyone with a very small two words. And those two words are Kamagani. Kamagani. Kamagani means that if I make any mistake, kindly pardon me. We all make mistakes. None of us are 100%, I would say, perfect. Therefore, before I start, Kamagani Hukam. We say Hukam. Sir is called in our language Hukam. And if someone is very, very senior and old, we say Bado Hukam. So that is the language we use here in Mewar. Well, I welcome all the participants and special welcome to a very learned Lion lady with us, who is the speaker here today, Monika. I have heard Monika a number of times, and she is a great, I would say, knowledgeable Lion. Of course, the LCIP is a necessity to go for giving the trainings, but I have seen her as a trainer and she leaves that impact on the Lions. So welcome, Monika ji. That's what I would like to say. Well, it's my pleasure, first of all, to inaugurate this 51st, I would say, meeting of the SkillUP program. So compliments to all of you that you are joining here. And let me be very brief that how I look at the subject and how I look at the objective of the program. Very well defined in the program that the very purpose is, number one, sharing the opportunity, giving it to our LCIPs, because it's like a doctor who's required to go for practice in the hospitals. And that practice, every time he goes, he learns something. Similarly, in Lionism, I say that with this kind of program, our LCIPs, they further, I would say, sharpen their knowledge and they improve their skills. So that is the first objective as I have seen it. The second is very, again, necessity, and that is the upcoming skilling opportunity to our FDIs. Because we have large number of FDIs today in India. In my multiple, I have more than 150 FDIs. Not 150, it's 150 perhaps. We have with us Dr. Prakash Seth. He would be knowing more than me about the FDIs in our multiple 3233. But the point is, after doing FDI, what are they doing? Therefore, it is important to involve them in this kind of programs where they can sharpen their knowledge, their thinking power, and that is the objective perhaps of the SkillUP program. And of course, the third is that we do give the opportunity to the Lions who are basically the grassroots of our organization. So, friends, again, the objectives are excellent and the program is designed very well. Now, coming to the subject that know your values. Now, let me tell you, I'll tell you a small story. I graduated from ISAME Ahmedabad in 1968. That was the second batch of ISAME Ahmedabad, and our director at that time was Sarabhai, Dr. Sarabhai. He was a scientist, but he was given the opportunity to develop ISAME Ahmedabad. And when we were graduating, we went to Dr. Sarabhai and we asked Dr. Sarabhai, "Sir, we are going to the corporate world. What is your last lesson?" Now, what was his last lesson? I repeat in 2 lines. The very first line was, "Believe in what you do. Believe in what you do and do what you believe in." And fellow Lions, let me tell you, in the last 57 years, since I have passed from IIM, I'm following these 2 lines. And that is what is for me, Gita, Bible, everything for me, these 2 lines. So that is what is, I would like to say, it is a value. How you put yourself and look at it, that believe in what you do and do what you believe in. It's your own confidence. So that is again a value. But nevertheless, 5 values which I look at it not as an industrialist, but as a common man, a man who is connected with people. And these 5 values one must look into, each one, yourself. And these 5 values are number one, and that is the loyalty. Number one, I would say that it has to be the loyalty, and with that joining the respect. The loyalty gives you also the trust, and the respect gives you the kindness. Now, if I come to only these 2 qualities of the values, I'd like to tell you, I have been a great, I would say, believer that in the loyalty, our first loyalty and commitment should to our nation. The nation first. If we have that value, then let me tell you, no one in the world can beat us. A small example again, let me tell you, in 1990, I was putting up a plant in Rajasthan with the technical know-how of a German company. And when we were signing the agreement, the chief executive of that company asked me that, "Ladia, have you brought your country flag?" I said, "Sorry, I don't carry the country flag with me." He said, "But do you mind if we keep German flag on the table where we are going to sign this agreement?" I said, "I have no objection. But please tell me why. Why you want to keep that flag?" The answer came, that flag gives us a warning that don't sign or do anything which can harm your country. That is the loyalty. That is the, I would say, respect for your country. Our code of ethics. Let's look into our own code of ethics. And there also we speak about the respect to our country, the nation. Therefore, in the values, please ensure that you have loyalty, you have commitment, you have respect for your country. Then second thing comes the honesty. See, let me tell you, integrity and honesty together, if you are honest and you are having good integrity, you will be always successful. Always successful. I have seen many people. Example is of Tata, Ratanji Tata. Ratan Tata has this a high value of the honesty and integrity. And that's the reason today Tata Group with pride can say that in their companies, nothing wrong is done. That is the kind of, I would say, your own integrity and your honesty is required. Coming back to the loyalty, we need to have the loyalty to our community. A community where we are living, Lions are known where they are serving their communities. Today we have 257 temples of service, permanent projects in India. These are our, I would say, temples. And we are serving the community. So we should have a commitment to our community. They are looking at us. And very well said, when I was reading 2 lines given by Mr. Raju, that I was sad because I had no shoes. I was sad because I had no shoes until I saw a man who had no feet. So that is what is that we need to be part of the service given to the community. Another very good value, and that is the value for your family. Friends, I'm sorry to tell you, we are losing that value for our families. At one time, the Indians were known for their values of their families. The integrated families. We are no more those kind of integrated families. Disintegrated. But still, if you have value for your families, again a small example. My son did his 10+2 in commerce, got 97% marks in commerce. I took him for admission in Shriram College of Commerce in Delhi. He was admitted, but he was not given hostel. And the principal said, Ladiaji, we cannot give him hostel because the cutoff is 97.2%. And I spontaneously told my son, Anubhav, you should have worked a little more hard. Now you are putting me to a trouble to settle down in Delhi. You will not be given a hostel. There I lost the value of my family. And Anubhav wept bitterly later on with his mother. This kind of mistake, this kind of wrong things, we should never do it. Family is very important, dear friends. And then comes another, and that is your friends. We are all friends. You are today collected about 200 Lions. Why are we here? Because we have that feeling, respect for each other as a Lion. And that's why I say that in Lions Club International, if our first objective is service, then simultaneously most important is the fellowship. And that's the family feeling. That's what is we have large extended family. Friends, I can tell you, I'm Lion of 49 years. And today I can vouch that in 67 countries I visited and I have friends in those countries. I have nobody of my relation in Udaipur. My relations are 1,000 kilometers away. But I have friends in Lions in Udaipur. Yesterday I had little fever. And all my friend Lions, they started calling, Ladia ji, kya ho gaya? Why are you having fever? Now, this is what is the value which we must understand that we should have for our friends. And lastly, very important, please value yourself. You must value yourself. हम किसी से कम नहीं, दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद की जय करो. These are two very good lines कि हम किसी से कम नहीं और दूसरों की जय से पहले खुद की जय करो. So these are the certain things which I thought I should share with you. One since I'm a trustee on the LQIF and in the Quest program, some of the values we are giving to the children through our Quest program. And I'm sure that in south of India, particularly in 320 and in 324, I have seen multiple districts that you are giving very good Quest training programs to the children. They are our future. They will build our nation. And in Quest programs, we are developing the values in children. Similarly, we have started another program which is called EMEY. EMEY. This is again for the people who are little adult and also aged. Again, there we are repeating that how they can work better with better value. So friends, this is what I thought I should share with you. And thank you very much for giving me so much of time. And I have a meeting with the legal division today at 10 o'clock. So I will leave at about 9:50. So kindly excuse me for that. Monika ji, I will be with you up to 9:50. But then I'll have to leave because there are some important issues which needs to be discussed legal division today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for throwing that precious light on what values are, and then starting from patriotism to the personal values that you cherish. I think you have done a great deal by this insightful talk on what values are, and also narrating some of your personal experiences and stories with that. Thanks once again, and thank you for sparing your time. So now it's the turn of our LCIP friend Monika ji to make the presentation. I don't think I need to introduce Monika ji to anybody because she is quite popular. She traveled all over the country making hundreds of presentations, and she's some kind of a trailblazer in terms of design, in terms of leadership, in terms of training. And I mean, when I consider her a designer, it's not just designing space. I think she designed the future of quite a lot of other traders, and she's one of the first in India to become an LCIP and train others. She's an architect by profession, and I'm not giving a cue to her age, but she has been practicing architecture and interior design for longer than 20 years. So, I mean, quite experienced in that, and joined Lionism only in 2010. What surprises me is that in 2010 she joined Lionism, and in 2018 she already had become a governor. I don't know what's that miracle that worked. Within 8 years, becoming a governor is very, very rare, because the constitution says that one has to wait for at least 5 to 6 years before one is eligible to contest for the position. I think it was almost instantaneous for her. And she did not stop there. She occupied many other important positions after that also. And she is one of the youngest and the senior most LCIPs in the country. She is known for very highly innovative ideas, quite a lot of creative ideas, because I had an opportunity to work along with her on one or two projects. And that's why I know quite a lot of creative techniques she introduced, and a very charming personality, I must add that, right? So you might have seen her photograph on the flyer, and you are seeing her live now. You may not believe if I tell you one thing, that I don't know if anybody can guess how many training workshops do you think she conducted, she led? Not a few, 400 training workshops she led. I think that deserves a lot of applause. And I welcome LCIP Monika Sawant to make her presentation now.
Thank you, nagaRAJU ji. Good evening, one and all. Namaste, my dear friends. Good evening, the guest of the day, trustee as well as past international director Ladia ji. Khamagani, I still cherish the memories. I had met you for the first time at Udaipur at the region meet, and from since then I have been admiring you for the I can say the way you are a person, And that is what connects me to the topic, that is the value you have, inherited value you have of yourself. A very person who is meticulous, but a person who is very straightforward in his approach. I really have that high regards for you. So thanks, sir, for being the guest of the day. And yes, we can understand that you will be, you have some commitments and you will be off from us at 9:50, but waiting to meet you again as early as possible. So friends, I'm over here on the 51st session of this SkillUP session 3. But we all know that some of the other places we do recognize ourselves, or we do get connected to ourselves with something called as our nature, something called as our way we are, or we get attracted to people whom we say we are of the same values. So the subject that I'm going to take today is Know Your Values. Ladia sir has already given an insight of what the important values a person has to carry in his life or in her life. But let me go into a little more depth and understand what are the different ways of values we have. When we speak about value, it so happened in my life particularly, I was just standing outside a balcony, a late evening, in the balcony of my residence. And over there, a senior person just walked past. And in that walk, as he was just taking off his mobile phone, his wallet just was on the road over there. A person was just passing by, just saw the wallet, and I was just seeing, and I was just seeing what was going to happen over there. He came, he picked up the wallet, and he just stood seeing at the wallet over there. He saw that there was a lot of amount in that, but simultaneously also information, because it had the Aadhaar card of the person who was owning the wallet. He stood there for not more than 3 minutes silently thinking what he has to do. I'm sure he should have got multiple thoughts in his that span of time where he should have thought what he can do, but slowly saw the address. He asked the address where that address is, and he reached to that person's house and say, "Sir, your wallet was on the road, which had fell from your trousers or from your pocket, and here you are with it." That friend, that gentleman just said to him, "Today you have not returned my money or my value to me. You have restored my faith in humanity." And that is what values are for we humans. So friends, when we speak about values, there's a lot to learn about us, and we learn it from each other, because life is a way where learning is a constant process. So let me tell over here, there are few things written on over here on the screen, that is integrity, honesty, and ethics. But apart that, we should know that values are just not words. They are something which have deeply been inside, beliefs that guide us, our behavior, our choices, and it also depicts our attitudes towards our life. Friends, it also is something that is the foundation of our character. Our value showcases the foundation of our character, our leadership, and simultaneously the service which we render whenever opportunity is given. Over here, there's a great statement that normally each and every human should have come across, and that says, when wealth is lost, nothing is lost. When health is lost, something is lost. But friend, when character is lost, everything is lost. And that is what the life is of each and every human. So friends, when we know that we are over here, might be a person might be quite strong in many things, but a person who is strong on his character or on his moral values will be always cherished anytime wherever he goes. There are different types of values which we normally see. Some values which we can say are called as a core values. They are values which normally each and every person should have, and no one can change it. And they are some values that are in us, built us, non-negotiable. Whatever might be the circumstances, we will never think of leaving our values. And those values are like our honesty. A person who is honest cannot have a changeover, that he's honest for a day and dishonest for the second day. He'll be honest for his lifetime, whatever the situation might be. A person, whenever he is rendering his services, if he's a service-minded person, whatever might be the challenges, he'll find it, he'll face all the hurdles, but he'll be there to see that no one can change his approach towards service. Simultaneously is for the family and the faith he can have on any person having in himself or herself. So these are like few of the core values, friends. But simultaneously, there are few values which we say as aspirational values, which mean I might not be having with me, but I always have that approach that let me inherit or let me get them in me. That are values which we strive for. Something I want to get it. I know I might be a little less disciplined, but I would like to get more disciplined, and so I can be respected by people around me. I might not be very profound in knowledge. I might not be having very a person who's got everything with me. I might not be an encyclopedia, but I might think of growing, getting more knowledge, and growing to a level where I can be called as a person with great knowledge. And so are many things like that that get connected, where we think that yes, in my days or in the time that passes, I can learn and adapt to those things. And few values are there which normally comes by our surrounding or by our environment, and those are the accidental values. They are normally developed by us, by our people around, or by the culture or by the community in which we stay. So these are the main three types of values any human being can have. The one in him, the one he want to acquire, and one he normally gets to adapt to the environment that has been there. Now in this, there is something called as a difference in between these three values also. When it comes to core value, there are three parts of core values: aspirational values and accidental values. Those are, we can just distinguish between them. They go as per the role that we are playing. The first value will come, the personal value. As I said, it comes when I'm having my own personal life with my family or something. That can be honesty, the trust, as I conveyed it. I have it is there. That is my personal value, and no one can change or no one can bring a change in, challenge on changing in it. The second one are the values that we normally have in our business. In a day-to-day life, the personal values are from the basic, from the time I'm born till the time I grow up. But professional values normally are there, which I normally acquire as I grow up. And they can be the discipline, a work which place I was been working, the teamwork that has happened, or something that I have got to learn from that, which help me to grow better day by day. And those can be professional values, because we all know, friends, no one has come by each and every knowledge on this earth. We have acquired them as the days pass by, as the stages pass by of our life. Once a person born might be just a born baby of 1 or 2 years, but as he grows, going to school, many things as per the acquaintance or as per the situation, we normally acquire it from the school to the college and then to our professional life or to our social life. So those are the professional values which normally helps us to be, that can showcase what we are. And the third and the most important one is the organizational values. That is something that goes beyond these two values when we come to the platform. For example, the platform on which we today are connected. Over here, again, it comes with values that can depict or that can show about how services are. The way I might be meeting, for example, when I met nagaRAJU for the first time, we never knew about each other. We were never been introduced, nor did I get his resume where I could just read about him and know what a person he is. But yes, as we were getting connected on many platforms of service, on trainings and some other ways, it happened that I understood what Mr. nagaRAJU is. So these are some of the organizational values which help us to showcase me as a person without speaking what am I. It can be my integrity, my leadership qualities, and so on. So friends, the first were the types of values that normally were there, and now these are the values that normally vary at every age level as the circumstances are. Now from this distinguishment that has been happened, moving ahead to why values are important. We might be feeling, okay, he's a person, he might be having a person with lot of wealth and everything. He might be a person who has got everything in his life, but a person who is very loose by his values. He might not be so strong in his moral. People might not speak on his face. But as it turns back, because over there, his, I can say, wealth covers up everything. But once he turns back from there, once he's off the situation, many other things speak about what he is. And so, friends, over here, I would like just take you through or take a dive into the part why values are important in anyone's life, not in one, but in everyone's life. Most important is it helps us to take up decisions. If we are more strong on a morality, or if we are honest, or if we are a person who is principled, a person who has got his own ethics, can never make a change in what the approach of his life is. So being a person with high moral or having high values, the values we normally know, like honesty, integrity, disciplined, being meticulous in whatever we do, diligent in whatever we have taken up, determination that though I might not be having the complete knowledge, but once I've taken up a task, I should see that I should excel in it. So those things will surely help me to be on the right track whenever the opportunities are. So having good values will surely help you to take up decisions in a very best way, profound way. The second and the most important reason is over here, for example, I have put also example, a leader choosing transparency over short-term popularity. So if you are not a person with high value or high moral, surely it might be you might take a shortcut and reach up the place you want to, but that won't be there with you for a long time over there. So a person who is with great values, important values, will surely be having something called as his own recognition by what he is. The second and the most important value is the reason why we should have values in our own life is it helps us to be consistent in whatever we do. As time changes, there might be not, it is not a reset. Life is a cycle. Today I'm on a brighter side, but tomorrow I might be not having the same way my life is. I might be having a tough time. I might be having many challenges in my life. There might be many hurdles. I might be put into a very hard task or a hard situation. But when I'm a person with ethics, with a principled, it won't change my approach to my wildlife or my approach towards getting things done, because that is going to make me more stable in whatever the times it is. So values over here play a most important role to see whatever might come, whatever might be there, but I as a person, I won't be changing my approach towards my life. And that helps you to be consistent in whatever it goes ahead. The third important reason why values are important is because that helps to build trust. Friends, you might be having lot of, I can say, you might be a very quite talented person. You might be having a lot of potential in you. But in case if you're not trustworthy, people won't get connected to you very well. Might be you might not be at a very high end of having everything. You might not be a very talented person, but if you are a person on whom people can have 100% faith or people can trust, they get connected to you and will really cherish your relation for longer and longer years possible. Remember that people who normally get connected and have longer relations are people where they normally say, I believe in him, I trust him, I have 100% faith. Whatever a second person might come and speak about him, impossible, that cannot be. For example, if I speak over here, my co-governor, Dr. Prakash Sheth, might say that no, a person who values his life in a great way. In case if someone comes and says a statement, nay, Prakash Sheth was over there and he committed something that was not very ethical. Friends, I know what Dr. Prakash Sheth is. We've been in so many years of our friendship. It won't, but that will be there, that the trust I have in him will never make me change his image in front of me. So that is the reason, again, important that values are most important in any person's life. And the fourth and the most important is legacy. Friend, I'm over here today. I might not be there tomorrow, but if I am a person principled, a person having high moral in my life, a person who is very disciplined, in my absence also, there will be people who will be remembering you. So it has always been said that it is up to you what legacy you want to leave behind after you are nowhere over here. So friends, remember, when we speak about something called as ethics, something called as principles, it is up to us, because many things might be a short term in our life. Might be the position that I might have, might be the finances that I might having, might be whatever other things that have been come into my life. But those all are for a short term period. But in case whatever might be on a higher side or on a lower side, you might gain glory or you might take a step low. But if you are a person who has given most important to the values of your life, you will be remembered and cherished years and years ahead after. Let me take to you to a few people who have really marked a difference in our life. The first figure over here, I'm sure when I just put the pic over here, you all are going to get and remember whatever his high images are. Over here, we see an image of the father of our nation, Mahatma Gandhi ji. When it comes to him, his value was the first and the most important is truth. He always used to have truth on his side. He said, whatever might be the situation, I'm going to go my way and see that I'll make my country free from the hands of the foreigners only on one, I can say, statement, and that was ahimsa. He led the whole team of people. He had so many challenges to face, so many people against his thoughts, but still today he was the main person or the main person through his way of satyagraha, through his way of approach of ahimsa. He got our country free from the hands of the Europeans. So friends, from the Americans. So friends, over here is a second image. He is always been cherished. I'm sure once you see the pic, you'll surely get him connected to the person he's been cherished for after in his absence after so many of years too. Friends, he is none other than Abraham Lincoln, who is called as the honest Abe. One day it so happened that one of the customer whom he was dealing to had paid a little excess amount on, and he just paid it and he went off. At the evening, at the night time, when he was just closing up his shop, he remembered that, oh, I have collected a penny more than what I actually had to collect from the person. During those times, no vehicles were available. But in that dark evening, in the late night, just he walked miles together to return back the penny to the person whom he had filled, because it was a guilt that was been in his mind that no, this is not my money and this is the money that belongs to that gentleman and I have to give it back to him. He walked miles and miles just to reach to the home of that person, gave back the penny and back to his hometown. So Abraham Lincoln is today cherished for the ethics he had or the principles he carried. The third figure which I really cherish and respect is Mother Teresa. Friends, we all know she is mother, for whom we normally say a person who had a noble heart and for which she normally used to see towards the downtrodden and spent her whole life over here in Calcutta serving the humanity over here. She was not an Indian, but she made India her motherland and she remained over here. Where we speak about her, it just comes her compassion in action. Whenever services are there, we normally relate to Mother Teresa and we know the way she led life. When these today leaders are there in front of us, we still remember they, though they were nowhere connected to us. Never did we had the opportunity of meeting them in person, particularly me. Some of you should have got the opportunity of meeting Mother Teresa or Mahatma Gandhi, but I never had. But still we respect them. We cherish them in every moment. Whenever it comes to service or taking care of someone, the first name that comes to our mind is Mother Teresa. And very rightly said by our chief guest of the day, Ladia ji, Ratan Tata. He was a person who used to always say that never compromise on his principles. Friends, there was a situation when he said that no compromise for whatever it might be. He refused to compromise on the safety of his own employees because he said, I am there because my employees are there today. In case if something happens to my employees, I will be nowhere. So he had a very strong saying that I don't believe in decisions, but I make decisions, I make right decisions, and then I make them right to be accepted by everyone. Friends, these people were guided by their values. And so today in their absentia, we still cherish them and remember whenever the situations occurs in front of us. Today we recollect to all these great leaders in a great way to say they were the heroes of our nation and they have left a legacy over here where we feel that yes, we should be one of them. Now friends, I put a question in front of you all. Over here, even we Lions have made a legacy. Friends of mine who have donated bloods constantly, what is their motto? Are they gaining something? No, they're not gaining anything, but still they're there that they give their blood and save so many lives together. We all know once a blood donated, one pouch of blood will normally help us to survive 3 to 5 people who are in need of blood. So a lion too is a person who leaves a legacy in so many lives. The service that we render, the challenge that was been given to us by Helen Keller, the challenge she said that you are the Knights of, we gave her the honor of Knights of Blind because she gave us a challenge that let us see when you are there to serve the humans at such a great larger, I can say space, why not you take up the challenge to eradicate blindness and bring brightness to the people who can't see the brighter part of the world. Friends, today we at Lions, our value of our organization is just nothing but we serve. Today we all are connected on this platform where we never say that I serve, but we say we are with a strong motto. The value of our organization is we serve. We are over here to serve the human mankind. And yes, wherever the services are growing on, at your local places, at your hometown, you already have created your legacy. And I'm sure that by the services that you have rendered, where you have touched so many human hearts, you will be remembered by the people when you are not present over there. Friends, this platform has given us a great way to serve back to the community, but simultaneously, it also has given us to see that we earn something from our actions, and that actions are the way we take up each and everything in our life. Friends, today we normally have taken up so many permanent projects where it has got a great recognition to our organization, but simultaneously, each and every heart that has been got benefited is surely going to pray for whatever services we have done. And those are the values that have added in our personality or into our world that takes us a long way ahead to serve back to the community. Friends, moving ahead too, when we speak about values over here, it is said a strong statement that empires collapse not because of lack of power, but because of moral decay and lack of integrity. Today, our organization stands so strong on 108th year, and that is just because we have the ethics that have been given to us by the organization. We heard the third ethic today, whereon it was been said that what we have to do, because these ethics are just not for us to put into practice when you're on the Lions platform, but also to inculcate into our lives, which really helps us to become a great human and serve not only our organization on this human land, but also our nation, as rightly said again by Ladia sir. Friends, when we speak about values, it always says skill may win you success, but your values are just going to sustain them for the lifelong behind you. When I speak about it, discover over here, I've got few things to you all to ponder as I go through the points that have been over here, but also not at this point, but also to ponder later on in your time, that what values really make you feel that yes, you are a person who has marked a difference in someone's life. You are a person where people should get connected to you. You are a person who should be cherished for years and years later. The first and the most important is, what do I stand for? And I will never compromise. Friends, everyone has their a different perception towards our life, but every person also is being given a respect for his own, I can say, principles that he follows through. To just think about that what you stand for, and whatever might be the situation, you will never compromise on anything. Let be at your personal front, let be at your family front, or business, or your organizational front. The second question I put forth to you, what makes you proud when you live by it? I'm sure you should be proud. Yes, I'm a person that whenever our task has been given, I always work with whole heart, and most importantly is selfless. I never think of gaining something from the task that I've been doing to serve back to the community. Should make you proud that you are there to be over here to serve back in a very great way. The third question that comes to my mind, that what do you want to be remembered for? After you are gone, today we saw the 4 leaders, they have been remembered for their values of life. Friend, mark a note that even you will be remembered for what you are. Once at 10:15 this session goes off, I would request you all to just go into a space where you have the mirror in your house. See an image that has been reflected over there and see whether you really respect that person you see in the mirror, or you want to get respected. It is up to you. I won't be speaking about more what are the different values. Values are many. They can be integrity, honesty, it can be team building, it can be trustworthiness, faithness, everything comes together. We all are aware of all these things. But when you see into the image of that reflects on the mirror, it is your inner conscious that is going to speak what you are rather than other person speaking about what you are. So friends, moving over here to, we know what the values of everyone's life are. Be a value. We today at this technical word, we normally believe on more on wherever we have to lead, that is the GPRS. So friends, in case you are passing a tunnel, are the GPRS going to help you over there? Because you will be out of the network. You won't be getting the connectivity. But in case if you had a compass with you, it will surely show you the right direction you have to go to. A compass in any situation is never going to leave. It's showing the direction it has to. So when we compare compass versus the GPS, of course, the more we say that it may fail at a tunnel, but a compass is always there to point the right direction it has to showcase to. So over here, the compass is having something more value than a GPRS, because that is going to behind you whenever the network issues are there. A second comparison that I might take you I would like to take you across is roots and fruits. Friends, roots are not visible. But just imagine fruits are something that is visible, something that we cherish, something that we normally have it. But imagine a tree without the root, what would be the value of the fruit? So over here, roots that are invisible have most values in theirs, because fruits that are visible are just the results of the roots that beholded them. So are the values. Your values might not be speaking. You don't have to put a board on yourself and move around. I am very trustworthy. I am a person who can just be relied on. I am a person who is very honest. But your actions will depict what you are. Over here, the third comparison I would take you across is glass and a diamond. Friends, would you like to be like a glass or a diamond is your decision. So, because we all know glass sparkles more, but once it has been threw down, it shatters. Diamond is rare, but it endures, because we value what we know what the value of a diamond is. It is up to you whether you want to be a shining glass which is temporary, or something shining like a diamond which has been having a sparkle ages and ages ahead. The ball is in your court. You have to take a call that how important you should cherish your value and how we would like to bring a change into your own self. So friends, it was a short video that really depicts what we do over here. We many a times are there to serve the community, but we never expect something in return. We might be facing so many challenges, but we are still over here at the organization because we have those values of giving back to the community, a value that we cherish. Friends, remember, position fades away, changes, many are shifts over here, but value remains with you for your lifelong time. A very great saying over here said by Earl that a great leader is a person who knows his values, lives for his values, because values just don't shape your life, they shape your legacy. Friends, we know what we are. To leave a legacy, we have got a great platform of Lions. We are over here to serve back to the community. But let us spread this word right around, because people admire us as a people at the global, as leaders of service. So this is a platform where we are there to give back to the community without any expectations in return. That is what we have learned. We all are there with some values where we normally are there to give back to the community and have been remembered by people life and life ahead again later. So friends, with this small conveying you that you have to know what values you have, what are the, nature's ethics, principles you have in your life. And you should recall after seeing the mirror that what makes you be here at this world and what you have to give back. Your values are going to give a right image to your personality and will be speaking at high spirit in your absentia. So with this, as per the time conveyed by nagaRAJU, 10, I come to the end of my session, and over here leave the ball in your court for you to ponder on that what values you cherish and why people remember you for whatever you are connected to. nagaRAJU, thanks for giving me an opportunity to speak a few lines on know your values, because over here, when we are connected to the platform, we work from a scratch, build a big building, and see that we can be there to serve the community at large. This platform of Lions has given many things to many people, and I'm sure it has brought a transformation in many personalities too, because it is a learning through our friends where we have got and cherished, and when we have inherited so many values that have brought and great character to my personality or to the personality of my Lion friends. Once again, thank you for the opportunity given, and thanks to all my friends who were over here connected to hear me on the subject, Know Your Values. Thank you once again. Before I end up, I would like to convey all the teachers over here, Happy Teachers Day for tomorrow. Happy Onam to my friends from South India. Happy Ganesh Festival to all the friends who are over here in India celebrating the great Ganesh festivals. And happy Eid Milad to my friends who have connected from Pakistan and also from India. Once again, a great season greetings to one and all. Thank you.
Thank you, Monica. Thank you very much. Whenever I hear you, I am reminded of the Niagara. So you are the powerful flow of words, the powerful flow of thoughts, and I think it's always wonderful to hear you. And thank you very much for throwing all that in-depth, profound light on what values are, how we know our values, and how we develop further on them. I think all of you have started reflecting on your own values, and then I'm sure you will continue doing that. And I'm sure you will be on the path to building your values stronger and better. I think Monica gave us lots of ideas, and she also gave us powerful thoughts on that subject. In case you have any questions, we have time for about 5 or 6 questions. So straight to the question, please. Please don't make any long comment. Just ask the question. Saroj, you can unmute yourself.
Thank you, sir. Happy Teachers Day to nagaRAJU and Monica, madam. And it was a very nice session. And my question is, how do we balance personal values with the collective values of Lions International?
Good question.
Yeah, a great question. Thank you, Dr. Saroj, for forthing that question, which will enlighten many of our friends over here. The personal values, first of all, because we had something in us, personal giving back to the community, we are over here. Because whenever we join the organization, we normally say that it should be a person who is like-minded and a person are like-minded too. That was the reason that we got connected to the organization. And because we have something that we want to give back to the community, we are over here. Connecting to the organization over here, we never think whatever the service is rendered, I personally get benefited from that. And that is something that is coming from my personal life, going through the organization and taking me ahead. People who were there with some approach or some selfishness are not with us today because they are not having the, I can say, the opportunity, or they were not blessed to be a part of the organization. But people who are there with those ethics like honesty, teamwork, getting connected to people who are there to serve the community, but simultaneously also I can say people who think that this is one lifetime given to them where they have to give back to the world, have been using this platform at the organization level the best possible. So Dr. Saroj, I hope I could make your query clear that actually we are over here because it was in me. And so I'm over here in Lions. If it would be that I'm only a self-centered person where I just think of me, myself, and mine, I would never be a part of this organization. So this has helped me to take it at a larger scale ahead. Whatever I had in small has taken to a larger global platform. That was from personal life to the organization level.
Thank you, Monica. Dr. Saroj, if I may add a sentence to that. See, the ability or the attitude to handle a personal value over the collective group value itself is a value. So how you take that, how you accept that, whether you consider your own value as a greater priority is again a value. Thank you very much. Any other questions, please? Yeah, there are lots of conflicting situations when our values conflict with the values of the other people, the values of a family, friends, community, etc. So then I think it's an important decision that we need to make. The great people that we saw did not compromise on their values for anything. Len Y.K. Sharma, do you have a question? You can unmute yourself.
Thank you very much. I am audible?
Yes, please.
Yeah, very much. Yes, G, you are audible.
Yeah, thank you very much to give me opportunity. My simple query is this: for inherent personality or build-up personality, both are different things. So one person may be recognizable with the inherent personality or natural personality. Whatever example is given by Monika ji, I am not 100% positive in that way. One person has to make effort for getting that level. Thank you.
Rightly said, Sharma ji. As I conveyed it in my 6th slide, that we have few that are with us, born with us, few acquainted ones. And for me to become from just a normal person to a great personality, I have to get that difference into my life. And that is getting acquainted or getting it from my life through the process that happens. Okay, as I said, many things are learnings which I have did. So I really agree to your talk that everything is not inherited or was with me from my birth. But yes, as the life goes on, the situations or my surroundings have helped me to gain many things. And then at last, it was my own call, whether I want to achieve or get into my life or just have it as a passing by thing. Okay, he is quite honest, but I don't want to be so. I want to be self-centered person. It was my call, whether I want to get it into my life and make it as one of my core value or whether no. So rightly said that it is up to us what we as person would like to achieve in our life.
Thank you. And then I also, once again, would like to add that values are not superstitious beliefs. Values are not obstinate ideas. Values may need to change depending on the circumstances. I mean, it all is, again, quite relative. We'll not go too much into detail now. But I think a lot has already been said by Monika about that. Vijay, do you have a question? Vijay, you can unmute yourself. Vijay, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Monika ji.
Yeah, hello Vijaya ji.
Is a co-governor.
Yeah, I remember.
First, let me congratulate you for your excellent delivery. As a co-governor, I appreciate you.
I remember you from Hyderabad. Yes.
Yeah,
Vijay,
right.
sir. Yes, please. Yeah.
See,
Question, please.
many of the values stated, performing the promise given is also an important thing, and that enhances the credibility of the person, and that makes him successful and also win the laurels of all.
Rightly said, Vijay. That is a trust a person can have. I have given my word, I should value my word.
Yeah.
Giving my word and then befitting it is not a personality that can really acquire your respect, but you should be strong to your word and commitment and see that you carry in whatever situation might be.
Shwetankini, do you have a question? You can unmute yourself. Shwetankini?
Hi, good evening, Monika ma'am.
Good evening,
I just
Shweta.
wanted to ask you a question. What do you think would be the best way to align myself to my values when I'm under tremendous pressure, say at work or in lionism or in general life or in like personal life, anywhere, in any realm of the world? What would be the best way to keep aligned, even under pressure, even when the circumstances are not correct? That would be my question.
Yeah, thank you, Shwetankini, for the question. See, as I said, it is up to me, my image or my, I can say my face value. When it comes, for example, Shwetankini, when I see you, I remember, yes, you getting connected to the sessions in a very different way, getting a lot of interactions, getting some activities in between. So you already have created an image of yourself. So at some circumstances might be whatever you have been put forth to you at a challenging time, but it is up to you that you want to derail from your whatever identity you carry, or you want to fight and come out of that situation with your identity. Yes, there are a position or many situations whereon you will be put forth on task that you might not be, it might not be very easy to go on with whatever thoughts you have of yours. You might be put with many challenging situations, but that is the right time where your character speaks that no, whatever might come go, but I can't change my approach or my thoughts. I'm going to go this way. Might be the journey might take whatever destination I had to reach or whatever I had to achieve might take a little longer time, but I will go with my principles only. It is up to you. Many people who have lost or said a shortcut to reach to a destination have forgotten their principles, but at the end, the fruits that they've achieved might be a little sweet, but not for that sweetness didn't last long. So it is up to us how to take it in our life, whether I, as a person, would like to carry my principles and move ahead, or would like to change as per the situation and let go my thoughts or my ethics. But okay, I have to achieve, done, I'll achieve it. Let me see whatever happens again. The call will be ours as what it has to be. Thank you, Shwetankini, for that question, and hope I could clarify it in whatever best possible way over here.
We'll take just last two questions. The next is from Anand Kumari. Anand, you can speak. Last time also had a problem with, I think, unmuting yourself, I think. Okay, Sheikh Mahbub, you can unmute yourself in the meanwhile.
Good evening to all.
Good
My
evening,
question is, what is the difference between values, ethics, and personality?
Okay. Values are like the principles of our life. Like whatever principles I have in my life are the values that get connected. Ethics over here are some things that, okay, I would like to imply it on others too. Ethics will come somewhere, okay, when we say ethics given to us by the international, these are the ethics they have framed, and they expect each and every person to adapt it into their life to become a better person of the country. So ethic is something that we normally would like to ask others also to adapt it so that they can become great persons in their life. Values are something that are mine. Ethics are something that I can inherit or I can achieve them. And what was the third one, did you say?
Personality. Personality.
Personality. These together are going to show my personality. When I, as a person, if I have my values and I'm strong on my ethics, it creates my own personality. So that will speak in, you don't have to put a board over here, as I said, or say that, okay, I'm a disciplined, I'm a person who is very punctual, I'm a person who is a task challenger, nothing. But your both actions of your values, your following your ethics, your principles are going to speak about your personality.
Anandi,
Hope,
can
Sheikh
you
sir,
speak
I
now?
could respond to that.
Anandi, would you still like to ask your question? You can unmute yourself now. I'll just wait for a few seconds. Oh, you're not audible, sorry.
Even Dr. Prakash Chitti had raised his
Dr.
hand. Hello,
Prakash
Dr.
raised
Prakash, how are
hand.
you?
That
How
will be
is
the
the
last
hospitality
question.
work
Before
going
that,
on?
before Prakash asks the last question, there is a question put in the chat box, and it seems to be quite interesting. Mr. nagaRAJU M would like to know, what are some daily practices we can adopt to stay true to our values in challenging situations?
Yes. Thank you, nagaRAJU, for a very great question. Very, very interesting question. In fact, it would be benefited to many people. Few things like particularly that as a parent would give to your child, what we call as samskara. So those things are something that we normally say that our culture speaks about it, something that our own upbringing has spoke about it. So some things that can be very much is being true to your words, as asked by one of the participants. Whatever you say, talk your walk is most important. Many times we say a given platform, I might speak, I might blah 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 many things, but as I'm off the platform, I might not be a person who would be practicing to whatever I preached. So practice what you preach is most important. And second is, when you value yourself, most important is value others. It comes in many ways. Time, it comes in trust, and many other befolds of the life. Today, when I say that, okay, I had been invited somewhere and I reached at 7 o'clock, the time given was 6. Remember, from 6 to 7, the time of the people who are waiting for you. So these are few things that you have to, I can say, adapt it in your day-to-day life, that will really create a great image of yourself. And people, though you might not be a very high profile person, but will surely love you with whole heart for whatever you are. So nagaRAJU, small things that have been taught to us by our parents and by our teachers, which don't actually play very big, are things that we have to practice in a day-to-day life. Be true to your words, be very time-poor, whatever you value, what you expect people to act with you, you have to first act with the others. And that is what I always believe on. What I expect first, I have to practice it for others.
Thank you, Monika. The last question comes from Dr. Prakash.
Yeah, actually, good evening, Monika.
Good evening, Prakash.
Yeah, actually, my question was asked by somebody. So, however, the time taken is the personal question. How you are maintaining your powerful voice, like that fluent voice you are maintaining? I have been seeing, I think, more than 12, 13, 14 years back.
That is the energy I get from all friends like you. Today, I have seen so many of my co-governors on the screen. The energy I get seeing y'all, meeting y'all, that helps me to go my life the way it's happening as of now.
So,
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Please allow me to extend the meeting by 5 to 10 minutes. So we have already crossed the 10:15. So we are moving ahead. And this is the schedule of the events for the current series of SkillUp. We have finished 3 already. Today's presentation, as you all are aware, has been made by Monika. Very powerful presentation on Know Your Values. The next one is going to happen on September 18th. And Dr. Lakshmi Murthy is going to make the presentation. And the topic is self-awareness. And the chief guest is PID Magesh. So I request all of you to be there. I invite Dr. Lakshmi Murthy to propose a formal vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you, dear Lions. What a meaningful evening this has been. Absolutely. Firstly, my heartfelt thanks to our chief guest, PID Dr. Ladia ji, for gracing this session in spite of his occupation, busy schedules. Your presence always brings depth and dignity, and we are grateful for your encouragement, sir. A very special thanks to my dear friend Monika Sawant ji for today's insightful session on knowing your values. You want to be a diamond or a grass. What an example. I loved it. You have given us not just knowledge, but also food for the thought, reminding us that values are not just words, but guiding lights that shape who we are and how we serve our fellow humanity around. My sincere thanks to Lion Gan Akminji for helping us understand the third code of ethics so beautifully. Your clarity and explanation made it more relatable and meaningful for all of us. Thank you, sir. And of course, the entire hero of the session, heartfelt appreciation to our ever committed facilitator, nagaRAJU sir, for the SkillUP series. Week after week, you keep this platform vibrant and alive with learning, sharing, and growing together. We were more than 190 today attending this session. Friends, as I listened today, one thought stayed with me. Our values are compass, but self-awareness is the map. Unless we know ourselves, even the strongest compass cannot take us to the right direction. Self-awareness is powerful for us as individuals, and it helps us to stay grounded, balanced, and true to ourselves. For us as Lions, it makes our service more authentic and heartfelt, because when we understand our strengths and limitations, we can contribute better. And for us as trainers, it is the foundation of effectiveness, because before we can influence others, we must first understand ourselves. That is why I'm very happy to invite you all to our next SkillUP session on September 18th, where I'll be sharing on the topic self-awareness together. We will explore how knowing ourselves deeply can multiply our impact in leadership, service, and in our personal life. So let us continue this journey of growth together. Thank you once again to all the speakers, leaders, and Lions present here today for your time, your participation, and your energy. See you all on 18th September. I am waiting to meet you all with self-awareness as a topic. Thank you.
Thank you, Lakshmi. Thank you very much. I have deliberately lined up self-awareness after values because self-awareness is a little larger perspective of ourselves. Knowing our values is perhaps the beginning. And then there are lots of other things that we need to know ourselves. That's why both these topics, gel together.
Very true, sir. Very true. That because, as I was saying, this is the compass, that is a map. So you have a compass, but you need to know the map also, have a map also to use the compass the right way. So understanding both the things will really make us the best.
Rightly connected, I can say. That is the master of nagaRAJU. He knows how to
Absolutely,
get things connected,
absolutely.
because of course
You
30 minutes is
well
not enough
connected,
for
and
anyone to
well,
deliver
your
completely
flow
in
goes
a
this way.
session, but he gets it connected rightly.
Thank you, everybody. Before